There are absolutely winners and losers in any real estate market. What I want to do today, though, is I want to take my 30 years experience and I want to boil it down into a few minutes of sharing with you some brutally honest advice that I've gotten over my career that may have cut a little bit when I first heard it, but it absolutely helped me grow my business, and I know it will yours as well. All right, if you're a real estate agent that is wondering, how do I take my business to the next level, or maybe you feel like you've been a little complacent or your business has stalled a little bit, then this video is absolutely for you. Even if you're a top producer, let me just say this. I'm going to end with a point that is absolutely going to drive home that there is another level for you as well. So let me start with this. I'm going to give you some brutally honest advice. And it's not that I'm doing this in a way that I'm trying to be negative towards your business, but sometimes what needs to happen is we need to be shook a little bit to realize some of the patterns we're in that we need to break out of to be able to take our business to that next level. So let me start with this. Number one is you're acting like an indoor cat. Now, what do I mean by that? My friend Andrew Undum said it one time this way. He said, look, I'm an outdoor cat. What I eat is something that I have killed. I don't stand around and wait like an indoor cat to be fed. Now, let me give you some differences in what I see and how this relates to some of us in real estate. You know, what happens is sometimes is when we go through a market where it was so on fire like the pandemic was, we really didn't have to do anything. We just were accepting orders. Our phone would ring. We would run into someone and they'd say, I'd love to buy this place. We would have a listing from somebody that was a past client, and all of a sudden we'd get 20 offers on that place. It was easy. And here's what happens when things get easy. We get lazy. We get to a point where we just expect things to come to us. Think about an indoor cat. An indoor cat basically wakes up, lazes around inside this basically a cage, whatever the size of the house is, because they can't go outside, and they wait on somebody to come home and feed them. They wait on somebody to come home and give them some attention. And if they don't know them, they're probably going to not act like they don't know them, and they're going to treat them poorly. Now, let me give you the outside cat. That's who we are. That's who the best sales agents are. Now, from that standpoint, the outdoor cat wakes up every morning. There is absolute freedom for the outdoor cat. The outdoor cat wants to go on an adventure, absolutely you can go on an adventure. The outdoor cat decides they want to lay in the shade today, you can absolutely lay in the shade. But there's one underlying principle that drives the outdoor cat. If I don't kill something today, I don't eat. So what is it that you can do to make sure that in your business, you're not waiting on things to come to you, but you're out there making things happen? You see, when you understand exactly what it takes for you to continue to grow your business and you do the actual actions that are needed to be able to reach that next level, everything else begins to change. Point number two is shut mouths don't get fed. So listen, this is absolutely a business that is built on having real estate related conversations. So if you're sitting there again waiting on the phone to ring, or you're sitting there and you're waiting on things to happen, odds are that you're not going to be fed at the level that you want to be fed at. You're not going to have the opportunity to grow your business and provide for your family and to see your business grow to the level that you absolutely can grow it to. So how does this look? I would encourage you every single day, keep a log of how many real estate related conversations you have. When you begin to do this log, it may be surprising. Now, I'm not talking about just checking in on people. I'm talking about somebody that asks you about the market, someone where you give them an updated valuation, someone that you talk about a specific house on the market. Real estate related conversations, how many are you having? National averages are, and look, it's a lot lower for very professional people, but national averages are 50 real estate related conversations equals one transaction. You see, when you begin to understand that it's going to be about you picking up the phone and making those calls, and you begin to document those things and you begin to understand your numbers, now we have a business that is built on the fact that we have facts that we understand that if we just simply have this many real estate related conversations, we will end up doing business. It's an if-then business. If you will make the calls, if you will have the real estate related conversations, you will have more transactions. The third point is this: you are reaping what you've sown. So what is it that you've been sowing? You know, there's this old adage that says, what we sow, so also shall you reap. And that is absolutely something that I found to be true, not in every area of my life. So what we do today, you have to understand, just like farming, if I plant a seed today in farming, I'm going to have to do a few things, and it's going to take a 90 to 120 day time period in some cases for us to actually come to a time of reaping or harvest for those seeds that I've planted. So what does this look like in real estate? You have to understand that the business you have today is a direct result of the seeds you sown or the things you did in the last 60 to 90 days. So we can't control exactly what's happening now, but we can control the actions we take today and those seeds that we plant to understand what will be coming into the future. Again, this goes back to what we were just talking about. counting your conversations. If I know that if I talk to have 10 real estate related conversations every single day for the next 30 days, I promise you I'm going to have some opportunities to generate listings, generate sales, to move some buyers closer to the time when they're ready to buy. Understanding that what you sow is absolutely what you're going to reap, and you begin sowing consistently every day into your business, you'll absolutely reap a harvest you can't even imagine. The fourth point is this: if you're not known as the expert in a specific area, you're not an expert. Now, I'm going to speak specifically to geographical farming here because to me it's the core foundation of anyone that's building a real estate business that is sustainable. What is it that you're doing to find a specific area, or areas preferably, where you're known as the expert, where you're consistently doing direct mail, where you're consistently adding value to that neighborhood, where you're consistently listing and selling homes in a specific area where everyone in that neighborhood knows you as the specialist or the expert for that neighborhood or that area? You see, if you haven't taken the time to go out and find how to do a geographical farm, look, there's going to be a link up above. This breaks it all down for you from a previous video we did. But if you're not known as that expert, I promise you, your business is not producing at the level it has the potential to produce at. Number 5 is that the market is tough, but you're playing soft. Listen, this is the problem, again, going back to the market that we've come out of into the market we're in today. We came through a time where you didn't have to really go out and do a lot of extra things. As long as you were in the water, so to speak, you could catch the wave that was happening with everything that was going on in real estate. That's not the case anymore. So here's what happens is now that the market has changed, are you still acting and doing the things you did back then? Because if you are, you're not going to be able to get the same results that you got because the market has changed. It's time for you to toughen up a little bit. It's time for you to get out there and get uncomfortable and understand that really, if you're going to grow your business, you're going to have to get uncomfortable. You're not going to be able to play soft anymore. You're going to actually have to go out there and build some resolve to grow yourself and your business in a way that makes your future better than your past. Number 7 is it's not the market, it's you. Listen, the market is a little bit difficult, but can we not all agree that somebody is having their best year ever? The difference is the people that are having their best year ever are actually out there not blaming the market, and they're taking action in a way that they're generating those real estate related conversations and opportunities for transactions we were just talking about a few minutes ago. So what is it that you're doing? Now listen, I mentioned that it's not the market, it's you. Let me say this also. It's not the broker, it's you. Are you leaning into all the opportunities that your broker teaches you? Are you waiting on somebody to teach you something when in reality all you got to do is go to YouTube and you can find all the answers you need and that can pattern your business in a way for growth? You see, when we stop blaming other people for any of the difficulties we're having in our life, and we begin to take personal responsibility, and not only we take the responsibility, but we take action to change the pattern of what we've been doing so that we get different results, everything in our business not only begins to grow in our business, but everything in our life begins to get better. So I just want to encourage you, quit blaming other people, quit blaming situations, begin to take responsibility, and I know you're going to see the growth you're looking for. Number 7 is nobody cares what you don't like. I was with Tom Ferry last week, and one of the conversations he and I were having was we were talking about how many agents are basically still playing small. How many agents, even though they know they should do video, they're just, I don't like video. Nobody cares if you don't like video. Video is going to be an integral part of a growing real estate business today and especially going into the future. Well, I really don't like to be on social media. Well, social media is a very important part of most growing real estate businesses right now. I don't like making calls. I don't like circle prospecting. Nobody cares. Statistics tell us that somewhere in the neighborhood of about 15% to 20% of people in a neighborhood after a sale will consider selling their home. So are you calling those people because you're putting the odds in your favor? Nobody cares if it's not comfortable for you. That's where the opportunities are. You see, when you get to a place where you stop saying the things that you don't like and you begin to lean in to some of the things that maybe aren't comfortable for you, that you know will grow your business, that's when we start seeing some results that we haven't ever seen before. Number 8 is the reason your business isn't growing is because you're not personally growing. Listen, you can't pour out of an empty bucket, so to speak. You have to be fulfilling yourself with information. You have to be growing yourself physically, mentally, spiritually. Every area of your life has to be growing, because the second that you stop growing, is the second that you start dying. And so ultimately we have to understand, it's not even in the numbers in our business. I can go back and look at the times when my business was struggling. It was because personally I had stopped being a person who was out there growing myself. So what are you doing? What are the books you're reading? What are the videos that you're consuming? What are the new strategies that you're trying? What is it that you're doing different than you've ever done before, so that you make sure that personally you're growing yourself, because out of all of that growth, the overflow of that is going to spill over into your business, and it's going to give you a business that is thriving, that is growing, that's exciting, and is the business of your dreams. Number 9 is there is another level for your business. Now, I don't care if you're a top producing agent, I don't care if you're someone who's struggling right now or you're a brand new agent. There is another level of achievement and of service for your business than where you are today. Now, the question becomes is how do we get there? Let me say this. If you're struggling right now, go back to the last place where you had some successes. Go back to that favorite client of yours and have lunch and just have a regular conversation. Build some momentum through a conversation that is positive. If you're someone that is producing at a higher level, let me just say this. Stop playing small. Even though you may be seeing some achievements, there is more for you. There is another level. There are more people that you could serve in your business that will absolutely turn your business into a growing entity that you're proud of, that you're excited about, and that absolutely is something that will attract your ideal clients. I just want to encourage you, whatever level you're at, there is another level, and you can get there by simply leaning into your business and doing the things that aren't necessarily comfortable. I hope this has been helpful, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for watching the video. I specifically chose the video below for you because it builds on the one you just watched. I hope it's helpful, and I'll talk to you soon.